Welcome back to my channel at Invest Naturally. In today's video, we are going to keep you updated on bin number 2, the video that we uploaded on May 11th. Now I know this video is past due. We recorded this in 2019, but let's get on to it. And as you can see, the pile did get really hot. Comment below and tell me what you think the temperature got to. Have you made your guess? If not, here's the answer. It was 41 degrees outside and it got up to 135 degrees. Can you believe that? Once I was done turning the compost pile, I then checked the temperature, and remember, it started off at 130, and when we turned it, it ended up at about 70 degrees. And one day later, the temperature rose up to 30 degrees. So now it's standing at about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And as you can see here, I am taking out the thermometer to show you that the compost pile reached up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and immediately it went down to 80 degrees. Once I placed it back into the compost pile, it started to quickly go back up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And this clip is real time. I did not fast forward any of the rising or dropping temperatures. Now on to day 3. On November 11th, you will not believe how quickly this thermometer rose. This is real time, no fast forwarding of anything. It reached up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, only 3 days. I turned it on November 9th after I had made the compost on November 8th. And now it's at 160 degrees.
Alright guys, so we're about to check the temperature of this compost bin. It is now day 4 since we first created this compost. My phone says it's 34 degrees outside. So the current temperature right now is 34 degrees. The thermometer is reading more towards 50 degrees. So that can tell you currently where we're at. So now we're gonna go stick it into compost bin number 2, and so far we have not turned it. So the compost bin right now is around at 150.
Day 5. We made it all the way to the end of a full work week, and you will see something that usually happens after a while. The temperature has now started to drop. It's no longer rising. It has stopped at about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So do you know what that means? It's time to turn the compost. So this is where we're at, and now we are going to start turning the compost pile.
Hi everybody. Alright, so now it is week 2 of the compost bin, and someone did add some green stuff. We'll be taking that out and putting it in another bin. So that is the current size of our compost bin. Alright, now I'm going to start turning it and then show you the end result of it being turned, and then we'll be back for week 3. And I got my puppies here with me. Where bin 2 used to be, where bin 2 is now located. So that's how it looks now. Alright, let's see what it looks like in a week. Good morning, it's now December 14th, and I think it's been 2 weeks since I've been to the garden because of the holidays and just so much going on. But this is currently what our compost bin that we've been keeping track of looks like. It's still me. I'm still the only one working on the compost. So if you know anyone that wants to help that's in the area, be great. Obviously, we won't be able to compost this as well as smaller material, but we'll work it into a new compost pile. And we definitely will be turning this bin because it has not been turned since we made it. All right, so let's get started. Oh, and an update. We have grass and a ton of leaves. Oh gosh, so much work. Alrighty, so we've turned compost number 2. Again, we're not adding anything in it, so this is everything that we started with is that compost bin. Then we turned compost bin number 1, and some things have been added to that bin. We finally got to turning this compost. So this is the second time we have turned this compost. And those are all the bins. These 3 bins we were able to turn today. Unfortunately, we did not get to bin 0 and bin 3. So we will be working on those hopefully tomorrow. And then the progress we did on the leaf bin section. So I added another shepherd's bin here with leaves, and then I just decided to take out all the leaves and dump them down here and let Mother Nature do its thing. Whenever we get more nitrogen items, more green materials, that's when I will start adding these leaves into that section. But until then, I'm just going to be slowly debagging them. And if you're wondering what I'm doing with all the bags, I am carefully untying them, and they will be used up. Don't worry, they'll be reused. I'm not just throwing them out. If I can't open them without destroying them, I do try to repurpose them. So there's that as well. But for the most part, I really do hate these bags. But at least these bags are not going to the landfill. They're getting composted, and then we'll be able to put them back into the garden. Alrighty, so that's it for today. Good morning, everybody. So this is our bin number 2. It hasn't been turned for I think a week. It is now December 29th, and I think other than some leaves, it's looking pretty good. It's the height of it. And then here's our bin number 1. Some stuff has been added into it. Bin number 4. Our bin number 3. This is the ground compost has been on. And bin number 0. It has been raining. Today's Sunday. Usually it come out on Saturdays, but it was raining really badly. So we'll definitely won't need to add any water. We're just here to turn the compost and see the temperature. And here's the update. These are leaves, I believe. And these are definitely all bags of leaves. And that's the pile. I have not moved it since the first time I made this pile. I'll be turning it, as well as those, hopefully, if not a time that I have time. But other than that, it's just going to be a dormant leaf pile. It's fine. Doesn't really need to get turned. It will take longer than these piles. But I'm only one person doing all this, so I can only do so much. So I didn't bring my tripod. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these and then show you the end result afterwards. Alrighty, all done. So I turned compost 2 through 4. I did not mess with 0 through 1 because it is sprinkling and I'm exhausted. But here's compost bin number 2. And then 3 and 4. So those are the 3 bins we turned today. And we did not mess with 0 and 1. That's how it's looking. Alrighty. Till next week. Bye-bye. Wow, guys, it has been about 3 weeks now since I've been here, and someone did add some stuff into compost bin number 1, but I would say it's pretty much done. And compost bin 2, I haven't touched it, but 3 weeks of not turning or anything, it looks basically ready. It needs to be sifted out, but that's pretty much it, guys. But wow, That is a significant change. This is our compost number 2, the one we've been documenting. And again, I haven't been out here in 3 weeks, so I haven't done anything to it. I haven't turned it, and this is what happened.
We are now at the final step of making compost, and as you can see, there is still a lot of large material, but continuously turning the compost pile over and over at this stage is just a waste of energy. So we're going to go ahead and sift through the material, then place those large materials in a new compost pile where it will heat up nicely and decompose it much faster. And that's it, guys. This is how you make compost. It is a lot of work, and it can be easier if you have smaller materials to begin with, but overall, that's it. It takes about a month, 4 weeks to make compost using the hot method. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.